can we talk a little bit about the starting point, right? Where's the best place to start? We're talking about a defensive approach, we're talking about offense. I can't help but think about soccer or some sport, where you've got these two different teams operating independently, but also together. Where do we start when it comes to data governance? Do we, like you said, we originally had defensive as more of that approach. Is that still where we're starting in this new era where we have technologies? Where do we want to begin when it comes to data governance?
Yeah, I think the area for financial utilities, financial companies, and healthcare companies, mostly I think the financials are the number one use case for them is a defense. For healthcare, for utilities, for government, for certain companies maybe more around offense because they do not have many regulations. The financial is very regulatory industry, right? So they have to start from a defense. They must start from defense. But let's say that you are a tech startup, technology startup. So we have various customers who are the technical companies who are mostly like cutting edge. They are not a very big corporation, but they have a lot of data because they're next generation companies. They are mostly doing it for offense and offense because they want to do the data engineering right. They want to create efficiency into this. But most of the banking, financials, insurance, they are mostly going for defense and they're moving to our offense, right? So I think the best way to again about depending upon the company to company, but if you have a need for defense, if you have a regulatory environment, start with the defense and then move to offense. But if you are if you are not a regulatory industry, most of tech companies, etc., you can start as offense as well. Efficient data engineering is as well as building a trust in the ecosystem is a very fruitful benefit to gain from the data.
And is the idea to keep these efforts, the individuals involved in these different efforts, separate, or have them work together?
It is a one department. So for example, let's say it's the same skills, right? Now it's come to the soccer, right? It's the same skill, which is passing the ball from one person to another person, right? The skills are same, but when you come to the defense side, the skills are more like it's different that we have to protect you, but the offense side you have to put into the goal, right? So the skills are the same, but your objectives are different, right? Objectives are offense is different, defense is different. So same thing is that the skill set and the process you will establish is the same, but on the data which you work upon, like for the defense, you will work on the PII data to block, right? To kind of this one. While on the offense side, you will work on the confidential data to protect. Of course, you will work on the PII data, but the confidential data as well as all the more restrictive data to work upon so that you can protect it, so that you can give access to the more data, more people. Similar to this, when you are creating a framework for documenting all this information, then it's there you will be working for the call reports, which goes to the regulatory reports, which goes out from the department to from the company to outside regulators. Now you will work for the reports, which is going to the not to the regulator, but the CFOs and CEOs and the VP of analyst or any some supply chain analyst or any optimization module or the manufacturing optimization or whatever the people are doing it for the whatever the data benefits they are doing. They want to establish the data governance principle in those processes, right? So the processes are the same for data governance, but which data you apply with it, that defines whether it's a defensive technique or offensive.